Hey, well rising guys, well rising. Welcome to the prayer circle. So I'm so happy because we have our friend Adam back here with us. And we may
Peace,
have a
peace,
few more,
peace.
yes, we may have a few more people chiming in with us, but we will see. Let's just begin with prayer though, for sure and definitely. And I just want to say, um, Heavenly Father, Creator, the Master of all things, the tribe of light, all that is based in love, that's of the heavenly realm, the angels, spirit guides, ancestors, guardians. We call upon y'all. We thank you. We love you. And we ask that you be with us in this prayer circle, guiding the messages and guiding the clarity, opening our hearts, developing, I'm hearing Spirit say, our maturity. And I feel like that's spiritual maturity. Thank you so much. And I ask for your covering, your divine heavenly white light around us and protect our prayer circle, protect everybody we know, everybody who's been in this circle, who's present now, and who will be here. Surround us with your heavenly white light of protection so that this circle is always a safe space for anyone who attends, who hears, who listens. And please make sure that this messages in the circle gets to anyone that it can help, anyone who it can open their hearts deeper into love, to understanding, to clarity, to groundedness and centeredness and ease and hope, peace within their mind, their body, and their soul. And I thank you so much for this beautiful and wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And I like to pray in Jesus Christ's name, but I also acknowledge every single faith that is on this planet because I recognize, guys, that we are one. And so it is.
I say, I say, I say, I say.
Thank you. So last week, actually, this is a part 2 to the part 1 from last week because last week Yogananda wanted to share some messages. And so for those of you that might just be seeing this video for the first time and didn't see the part 1, this is Yogananda. Little picture of this guy. He was a living being. And he actually has a center in Encinitas, California too, and other places, I'm sure. But anyways, and then for those of you who are Christian, we did a few Bible studies a few episodes back too as well. Really, really good. A part 1 and part 2. So thorough and beautiful. But for those who are new, just explaining a little bit that this circle, the intention of this circle is to spread prayer, practice prayer, and expand on our wisdom and understanding of ourselves, of our culture as human beings, through many wisdom texts, whether that is the Bible, whether that is the Bhagavad Gita, whether that is the Quran, whether that is little just books here and there. Like the last few weeks, we've been using The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Or maybe you have something that you would like for us to look at as well. And the point is not about who's right or wrong. It's about seeing this information and seeing what feels right in our spirit as we read it. Does it still stand the test of time? Because there's so much misinformation that has been spread to us. So we're just going over these texts as it feels intuitively interesting and learning to see what Spirit wants to come through for that. And what resonates, great. If it doesn't resonate, leave it alone. You don't have to keep it. But I could tell you, for those of you who are familiar with me, my name is Jasmine, and I'm a psychic medium. I'm also a medicine woman and a yoga instructor for kids mostly, seniors, and generally everybody else, and a certified nutritional detoxification coach. So everything I do is very intuitive, and I channel. I'm also a clear channel. So when I'm guiding these prayer circles, a lot of it is very much channeling in spirit telling me, okay, start like the Bible studies we did. Spirit told me, go to the Bible and I want you to talk about and read these verses, this through that, and this is what we're going to talk about, or the Bhagavad Gita, or this and that and that. Okay, so I just want to let you know, for who are new, that's how these things are being chosen of what I'm talking about. In the present moment, I'm literally, the Holy Spirit takes over and guides me through what to say, and then also occasionally tells me to call upon my own testimony to share what I've experienced that has literally liberated me, and to give you those tools as well to see if they work for you as well, and you can use them or not. One of the tools that I definitely used was meditation. That was one of and that was with plant medicine and without plant medicine. but I'm specifically talking about for this episode, this circle, I'm talking about meditation without plant medicine, because this is where Yogananda comes into view. So in that part 1 last week, a wonderful friend, Vivian, gave me these wonderful self-realization fellowship kind of cards that I laminated. And they were just little wisdom by Yogananda. And so there was a few that I just shuffled through, and Spirit told me, take out these ones. So I took out these ones. It was like 10 of them. It was really long. Last week, we went over the one that says realization, patience, and cheerfulness. Great messages from these and the elaboration that came out of that as well. So I encourage you to go back at that. This week, Spirit told me, okay, we're going to do part 2 for a few more. I got the rest of them. So I'm going to shuffle through these and see which 2 or 3 we're going to continue on, and we'll move forward. So Holy Spirit, which one of these are we going to go over today? Okay. That's so funny. I got perseverance, which was right at the top. I kept feeling that one. Perseverance. Oh, another one here. Wisdom. Okay. I just felt Spirit told me, I just heard 2. So we're just going to get 2 right now. And so we got perseverance and wisdom. Now, what I'm going to do is just kind of do a brief, just to catch up our friend Adam too. I'm just going to briefly read these other 3 from the last one, and then we'll go into perseverance and wisdom. So the first one was patience from last week. When tilling ground for the cultivation of crops, one needs patience to destroy all useless weeds and to wait, even though the grounds appear barren, until the hidden good seeds sprout into plants. It requires still more patience to clear the field of consciousness that is overgrown with weeds of useless attachments to sense pleasures, which are very difficult to uproot. Yet, when the field of consciousness is cleared, sown with seeds of good qualities, plants of noble activities sprout forth, yielding abundantly the fruit of real happiness. Above all, have the patience to seek communion with God through deep meditation and to become acquainted with your indestructible soul hidden within your perishable earthly body. So that was one, and we got some really good ones out of that last week through my channeling as well. Realization. The light of God is evenly distributed. This one was a great one last week. The light of God is evenly distributed, but in some men it is more apparent than in others. For those who tune in with Him, reflect His light more clearly. Realization comes from constant, deep meditation and from ever busy, ever searching mental effort to convert theory through practice into useful knowledge. Lift your consciousness from the confining, noisy world of matter into the vastness of silence and commune there with God. Do not look for a spiritual flower every day. Sow the seed, water it with prayer and right endeavor. When it sprouts, take care of the plant. Pull out the weeds of doubt, indecision, and indifference that may spring up around it. Some morning, you will suddenly behold your long-awaited spiritual flower of realization. I love that one. And last but not least, the cheerfulness from last week. Cheerfulness. This one came up yesterday as synonymous with gratitude. Cheerfulness consists principally in the attitude of the mind and is conditioned only incidentally by outside factors. Your happiness need not die, stricken by poverty, sickness, or sorrow. Realize that enough hidden strength lies within you to overcome all obstacles and temptations. Bring forth the indomitable power and energy by being cheerful at all times, in spite of your circumstances. Only when you lose your mental balance are you vulnerable to suffering. If you are burned by the fire of difficulties, apply the salve of cheerfulness until your inner balance and peace are restored. Do you have anything that comes up to you to share?
I think I'm pretty good at practicing that third one. Like I shrug things off pretty well. And I really appreciate the power of my smile. Gets me through a lot. So I resonate with that third one, but I really was resonating with that second one. Then you talked about not always looking for the flower, but you have to put the seed in yourself and nurture that. I was like, wow, that's I like that because sometimes I do look for that highlight every day. Like it's okay. What can I what's the positive I can find in anything? And that's a good way to look at things. But sometimes you won't always find that flower, and you have to put the seeds down yourself and nurture, maybe nurture what you already have and pluck the doubt out. Like wow, that really yeah. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Got me thinking.
Yeah.
I had a question for you though, for sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't directly pertain to the three cards you had, but it was a prayer question. So I was like, I need to ask her this. It's been bothering me just for a little bit. So, what are your thoughts on uh practicing different spiritual faiths and like is there a line between like respect and disrespect in different practices? Because I'll give you an example. Last month, and I think I talked about this, like my spiritual faith has started in Islam and now it's kind of spiraled into a few other things. Um, in March, um, I did attend the 30-day fast for Ramadan. I did attend that. I was like, you know what? I feel like my body needs this. My spirit needs this. So I did that. But then for some reason, when it was closing, like around the Eid time for normal celebrations, I felt guilty. Like, should I go to this? Should I not? I was like, I don't know. Would it be disrespectful? I don't know where that thought came from. And I ended up going with my family and whatnot, but the question still lingered in my mind. Did I cross the line? Did I not cross the line? Like I've been doing this my whole life, but then now that I have this new life, reverting back to that, am I crossing a border or is it just me expanding? Am I thinking too much into it? I don't really know. So I would love to ask you that. Have you ever had those thoughts in the past, like when you transition from one thing, but then certain aspects of another, you still practice? Like how would you speak on that?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's a lot,
Thank
but
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that question. Um, so from what I understand, you're talking about, do you feel, you're wondering, do you think it's disrespectful or even awkward or weird to kind of cross spiritual practices, like intertwine them or cross them or go from one to the other? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, first, that's so funny. First, the first thought that I heard, spirit, it was almost like I heard spirit making a joke when you said, I don't know where that thought came from, that is disrespectful, to, kind of whatever. Because what I heard was, that's the devil. That's the
Uh,
devil. The devil's a lie. I was hearing that kind of like thing in my head. Like, no, but
mm,
like, it's funny because that's not, obviously, I mean, we're not that way, but there's some, I would say, truth to that, where any thought about your evolution closer to love is not that of love. if that makes sense. And some might call that energy the devil. Some might call that energy just the evil one, the darker energy, your brain, which tends to also
Right.
just be more finite in its understanding and its way of doing, and really is only built for us to utilize for survival, not really like the brain itself. If you think about it,
Right.
even the subconscious, like the whole capability of the brain, for the most part, on its physical sense, it's only here to help us survive, and it only wants to help you. It just wants to serve you. It doesn't have a concept of right or wrong. The brain, like, it doesn't do that. We in our spirit judge what's right or wrong by our own uh, gathering of information from the past and making our own, using all that information, to kind of
Mhm.
formulate an idea. And sometimes, or by intuition telling us, that moral code that we all have that's just guided by spirit, right? So anything judging that comes to the mind, judging ourselves, is not of the light. That's all. And it doesn't have to be so dark and sinister as to say it's like the devil, or it's like, like anything terrible like that. Really, it's just not of the light. That's really what is not. And so I say that to say, not saying that your thoughts are not of the light or you aren't of the light, because one of my teachers, I love the mantra that he gave: I am not the body, I am not even the mind.
Mm.
And I think I gave that last week for some people, but take that mantra: I am not the body, I am not even the mind. And that's been really helpful for me throughout the years, to understand that what comes from my mind, and that one still, like, even the last 3-4 years, has been more realizing that part of it, the mind part. I am not the body was the one that I realized more quickly. And then I am not the mind has been more in the last 3-4 years, has been really understanding, and I've been gaining more liberation. But because when it comes to the body and the mind, they're not us. They're just tools to be able to uh, cultivate relationship with and friendship with, if we want to be able to live in this physical world and do the physical things. They're just tools holding our spiritual body that is infinite
Mm.
in this planet to be able to live this finite life. And so it's just a vehicle to hold us around. But a lot of people, this is why I love yoga and Tai Chi and Qigong, those in meditation. It teaches us how to, I think I talked about this last week too, where in the Bhagavad Gita, somewhere it talks about how the senses, and that's where I went to this one of these cards. It talked about sense pleasures. I think it was in patience. Yep. In the patience card, it talked about, it said, um, it requires still more patience to clear the field of consciousness that is overgrown with weeds of useless attachments to sense pleasures, which are very difficult to uproot. So that right there is saying the field of consciousness, meaning we have our whole brain representing our field of consciousness on the physical plane, our subconscious. And there's so many things that were implanted in us when we were kids, you know? And who told us somewhere, somehow, this judgment that you put on yourself came from somebody somewhere that told you it's wrong to mix that, da, 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 da. Or maybe you saw somebody get punished in some kind of way for it, or ridiculed for it, or judged for it by the community. So this this seed was planted, and it's a weed. It was planted and it was so deep in a certain way where now it's being uprooted. It came back to your awareness for some reason, and you're thinking about it, to get you to start looking at it, especially because we know you're about to do wonderful work in this weekend on yourself, clearing your consciousness. So it makes sense that something like this will come up, so it could be looked at, so that you could clear it away and see the truth. And what I learned in meditation is we just ask that. I learned a wonderful skill, which was when a thought that comes up that is not in alignment with love, meaning anything that judges yourself, period, does not give you grace, not give you love, anything, respect, anything like that. You just ask it. Ask yourself, ask your consciousness in meditation, is this true? Is this a true thought? Is this a true thing? And if you sit in silence, right away you'll be able to hear the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, that truth space in you, let you know, yes, this is true, or no, this is not true. And if it's not true, and I learned this actually skill from Shaman Durek. He's a great
Mm,
spirit shaman as well. But yeah, and he said you just ask that energy, that thought, uh, wherever it comes from, right? Is it true? If it's not true, then you just simply say, okay, why are you saying that? Go away. Let's say, go away. And then you just don't give it your attention anymore because it doesn't deserve your attention because you learn it's not even true, you know?
mm,
Um, the other part I just wanted to say about it was that in my opinion, in my experience, I've jumped from this to that to this to that in, like,
mm,
different cultures. Like the first 4 years of my life, I started off as Buddhist. My grandpa was Buddhist. So
mm,
I was Namyoho Renge Kyo with the beads and temple and everything. Then the rest of my childhood was in and out of the Christian church. So that was wonderful. And then, but I also had a bunch of Jewish people around me, Jewish family. Then, and I was raised in the San Fernando Valley, which has the world there, like the whole world, Armenian, Black, all the Asians are there, Mexican,
mm,
everybody's there. So I felt like I was always in the world or experiencing the world. So it was not weird to me that there's all these like different.
mm,
Yes, did I feel weird going into like Persian churches? Like I didn't go into a Persian church because I felt like just the social awkwardness of being the
mm.
only Black person there,
Yeah,
really, right? Or the Jewish church is the awkwardness, or the Armenian church, the awkwardness. But I always had intrigue. Like I want to, like now I have the courage to do it,
right.
and I definitely will. I'm planning to go into different places to explore, and I know they'll be open because I have a energy of curiosity rather than judgment.
Mm,
So that's a common denominator to that curiosity. Um, take out the judgment. If we could take out the judgment to ourselves, that makes it easier for others to take out the judgment for us too. Because then we allow ourselves to come with a smile to that question or to that energy and to that exploration of what you were saying. Is it disrespectful or not? And we're more likely to be received like, yes, welcome, come in, come find out more, into the actual physical space of the church, of the different places that you want to try to explore, and then also to your own internal space, right? Into your own internal space. Your own consciousness will be like, yes, welcome, come in, come find out more. Is it disrespectful? Well, come find out. You ask the question, you will find out, you know? Anyway, so this is a long explanation. Now, for me, I also don't care what people think. That's the other thing. And I learned not to care what I think too. And what I mean by that is Don Miguel Ruiz talks about in his Four Agreements book, don't take anything personally. And for many years, it took me to understand that part, and I'm still working on some. But when I first started saying that affirmation even out loud, today I don't take anything personally or anything too seriously, that kind of thing. Then what happened was I started not taking people personally. My day just kind of, and I noticed, oh, great, great. But then a consequence that happened, I didn't um, anticipate or seek to happen. I started not taking myself personally.
mm,
And that was interesting because I didn't know you couldn't take yourself personally. I always thought that was like an outside thing. Like we take outside things personally.
mm.
But I learned that we take ourselves personally a lot. So, like in you saying that statement, or you
Ah,
thinking, yeah, that is like disrespectful. I mean, maybe you didn't go that far, but some of us can take ourselves personally.
I
So,
think I definitely take myself way too personally, like to an extreme.
right, and
Mm,
and um, and it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing. So if I'm thinking certain negative thoughts, I've been learning lately in the last like 2 years, really, um, how to not take myself personally and those thoughts so personally. Like those are judgments that aren't true, you know. um,
mm,
and the last, you know, but not least is just I found. the most happiness now. Like, I'm so happy. I'm deeply and soul happy and soul nourishment. I really am. And every day doesn't go perfectly right, but I'm so grateful that I did explore and intertwine. Like, I'm so many things. I'm Buddhist. I'm not Christian, but I'm a definitely follower of Christ. I definitely resonate with the Hinduism. I resonate with the Yoruba, the Yoruba tradition, the
Mhm.
Ifa. I resonate with the Egyptian kind of thing. I'm still exploring others, like your faith as well, Islam. That's someone I definitely want to explore more, because I know there's some things that have been coming up with me. Like, there's so much around the world, and
Mhm.
only that is only because, and I feel like those of us who are having this feeling of wanting to mix things and jump kind of around and explore, I feel like it's because we are the spirits who came here to remember that we are one, and then to help others
Mm.
remember that too. To remember that we are one, and then to help others remember that too. Because that's not everybody's purpose. But I definitely
Right.
realized, oh, that's one of my purposes. And I found that purpose in accepting my desire to want to be amongst all that felt genuinely good to me, and learned how to let go of taking anyone personally, learn to let go of their judgments of if I'm coming to their mosque or not, and just do me, because I know the essence of it is God and me. And that's why this prayer circle, actually, one of the intentions of this prayer circle is to invite everybody of every faith, because it doesn't matter what we believe, because a common denominator that I want to hold on to, and that I hold on to in this circle, is that every faith, no matter what we believe, prays. Every faith prays, and every faith talks to God. And that's the common denominator we have, you know. Anyway, so
That
um
was a beautiful journey of an answer, and I love that. That's why I'm glad I asked you. I'm like, I can't just ask anybody this question, but I'm glad I asked you that question because you gave
mhm.
me more than enough answers that yes, yes, yes.
Keep going, keep
It's
going.
yeah.
Keep going, because it's the fact that you're even asking that question lets me know, well, one of your purposes is to help people realize that we are
Mm,
one, to take
yeah.
people in those different faiths and help them realize it's not just. The other thing is, with my exploration of the different faiths, um it helped me learn more about myself. It was just, that was part of it. So I can just learn more about myself. What do I like? I take a little bit of that one, take a little bit of that one. Oh, I like this. I like this. And it doesn't have to mean, I don't have to use the same meaning that they do, you know.
Right.
Like, I love covering myself. I'm not Muslim, but I've been lately, and for a lot, I'm starting to look into the history and the science and the energy of why did they cover up? Why did the ancestors who covered up, why did they cover up in any
Mm,
culture?
mm,
Because it looks like a religious thing, and it looks like it's specific to certain things, but actually, as I haven't even studied the religious thing of why Muslims and others cover up, but energetically and spiritually, Spirit's been telling me in the last 4 or 5 years, cover up, cover up, cover up. And in certain places, I feel, and I'm just feeling it intuitively and energetically, like I need to cover up. And I'm feeling how my sovereignty is being even more strengthened because of that, or
mm,
my health, or my energetic integrity is even more being cleared and strengthened because of that. And so lately
mm,
it's been pulling up a curiosity of looking into the ancient reason why those
mm,
cultures have done this, because there's a reason why their ancestors have done this. It's not just a fashion now today. And
mhm.
even some of them who practice it today don't know why they're covering up. They just think it's
Yeah.
because of their culture. So, anyways, like, going from place to place, or faith to faith, practice to practice, it helps you learn what you like and how you feel good, how we feel good in serving God and honoring God and practicing. Um, and if we could just let go of their judgments, and it taught me to come to compassion, and it also lets you know what's your favorite way. Like, I love some of the Christian ways and the Muslim and the Indian ways of worshiping God, honoring God, studying about God. So I love all Asian ways for sure. So I
Yeah.
cling to those most, like I love the Japanese everything. I
Me
love,
too. Their
you
culture
know,
is amazing. That's why I can't wait to
amazing.
go there. I cannot wait to
Hmm.
make that trip
Yes,
because it's gonna be
yes.
legendary. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm putting it out there. You, me, Vivian, and a few friends. We're gonna make it.
Facts. Got
Yes,
to.
yes. And and so anyways, like I love them because they're masters of being in alignment with the elements. they're masters of being in alignment with earth, water, fire, space, air, you know.
Hmm.
Like I
I
love
think I
that. And
told you
then
about
just
this quote already, but I don't know. I'll say it again. There was a video I saw of someone wondering why like certain teacups that they have didn't have handles.
right.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
because if it's hot, you don't need to pick it up. I'm like,
Yeah. It's
wow,
like
that's
right when I
just the
found that
little
out,
things. That's the little
yeah, I was
things.
like, they're geniuses.
Yeah.
I don't have to burn my mouth anymore.
Right. It's all the way down. It's like they put their spiritual principles through every aspect of their life. It's beautiful.
Hmm. Yeah,
Really
they
beautiful.
really are like masters um of like weaving of respecting nature to a sense and like weaving at least their ancestors, you know, and the history of
Hmm.
them and weaving their lifestyle to go in a flow, like building their homes with nature as opposed to destroying nature
Right.
to, you know,
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're really good at that. And I love it so much. Um,
Yeah.
and there's just all kinds of cultures that have amazing things. So I like to pick out from the Native Americans too, like what I love there. The even Catholicism, even Catholicism. I haven't explored deep into that, but there's some things there that I feel intrigued with that I'm going to explore more. But just naturally, without even like I want to, there's something I'll adopt there, like the holy water, you know, holy water. Like to me, I learned I don't do it in the same way Catholics do, but I understand the history of why that was even originally done to like throw holy water on somebody or, you know, anyway, so there's different things. Thank you for that question though.
Of course.
I know that's going to help somebody really
I hope
accept
so.
themselves. Yeah,
I hope
yeah.
so.
And um, travel in grace on your journey too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Um, so, anyways, we do have about 15 minutes before we are at 9 o'clock, but I'm going to
Okay.
continue on. And if you want to stay on, go ahead. If not, you definitely are welcome to come off, but I'll continue recording. So, I'm going to get to these two cards that are for this episode, which is perseverance. So, I'm going to read this real quick. If you wish fulfillment of your right material, mental, and spiritual desires, you should persevere with sustained effort and definite purpose. First, you should decide what you want, then ask divine aid to direct you to right actions. Persevere and act accordingly to inner soul direction that you receive, and you will surely be led to your goal. Cosmic power can be utilized by application of the right law. Jesus said, "Seek and ye shall find," in Matthew 7:7. Happiness is the altar of God within you. That lasting inner joy is the only important thing to strive for in life. Oh, okay. That lasting inner joy is the only important thing to strive for in life. By perseverance, it can be gained. And before we talk about this, I'm going to just say a little prayer again. Um, and to say, Master, Master, Master of love. We are masters of love. And I just thank you so much for helping us understand that and embrace that within ourselves. I thank you for clearing our mind, Heavenly Father, Mother Goddess, Creator, the Master of love. I activate and call upon the activation of the mastery of love within us and everybody who is watching this prayer circle and who will, and who is even touched by the people who attend the prayer circle in the past, present, and future. We are masters of love, and it always has been, and it always will be. And I'm grateful for this moment presently. Um, so, anyways, perseverance. Uh, I love this because it's saying if you wish fulfillment of your right material, mental, and spiritual desires, you should persevere with sustained effort and definite purpose. So, and then it says, first, you should decide what you want. So it's giving us some tools for even, uh, what do you call that? Manifestation. And it's saying, first, decide what you want. man, that part has been so difficult for me over the years to just decide, because I wanted so many things. Like, but which one is the right one to settle on, though, And then I was in fear for a long time of, but if I choose that one, what if it's the wrong one? What if that takes me, and it took me a long time to just decide and be okay with, if it fails, then move on. And so this is where perseverance, I feel like, comes in, that even if we decide on something, say we have a goal, we decide on something, we have all these choices, and you don't know which one to start on or focus on. Even if it does fail, it's not really a failure, because we learn things along the way. We grab golden nuggets, skills, maybe even good friends along the way. And this one here is saying that the lasting inner joy is really the only important thing to strive for, anyways. So the pursuit of happiness in whatever we're doing, it seems like, and I could say this from my own experience, it really has been that, like, especially in this last year, I had a realization, like, oh, like, more than happiness, joy is what I'm wanting, and not just to have it. I mean, and not just success in anything I do, what I choose to do, but my compass in what I choose to do has been, is it bringing me joy? If it's not bringing me joy, which I think on that scale, I don't know if you ever seen that scale, that pyramid where it says like the different vibrations of emotions, and there's love, but then joy is actually above that one, I believe. Yeah, joy is like one of those above it. And so striving for joy, that has been lately my compass on, like, what I decide I'm doing and not doing. And I find if it doesn't have love, it doesn't have joy, it doesn't bring me peace, I'm not wasting my time on it. Like, that's a great indicator. But anyways, how do you feel about this perseverance and what it's saying here?
I think it's much needed, especially in the state I'm at right now, because one of the main reasons of why I'm going on this trip is to break free from the shackles I've put my mind into. I don't know, like I've been trying to achieve something for the past, I'll say 6 years, and I still haven't achieved it. And I'm
Mm,
like, there are moments when I just want to quit. It's like I'm not gonna be able to do it because I haven't done it, but that's where the perseverance has to come in. Like there is no option for failure. There is if I'm not doing it, maybe it's something I haven't learned yet. Maybe it's something I need to unlock. So um, I've been trying to work on this and opening this up more, my vocals,
mm,
because I know I'm put on this earth to say something, to spread some type of positive message. It's like I just haven't been able to unlock it though. So I'm like, okay, do I just stop now because I haven't done it yet, or do I just keep trying? This so far it's shown me that even though I haven't reached it, I'm still trying. That's a certain level of resolve I have to respect about myself, and I'm still trying to pursue that. That's what I resonate with when you talk about perseverance. Like it's a life journey. It's not a destination that I'm should be looking to reach. This is the journey. It'll come when it's time. You
yeah,
know, that's
yeah.
what I get from it.
It's like
Yeah.
you've been striving for something for 6 years, and then,
Yeah.
and that's a long time, at least to us. The same, like, I've been striving for something for like over 10 years, and it's like, and same thing. I've actually, this last year, I've been having thoughts of, like, should I quit? Does that mean I'm just like, I should just let it go? Is it? But you know what? I found that some of it just meant it just some of it needed to be on pause for a second, not let go entirely, but on pause, reprioritized. I noticed that what I had to do, some things I had to pause and reprioritize, because I have this list of things I wanted to accomplish. Um, and so every year, actually, I do this. Every year, I go over what is my what is my goal of the year, like my main focus of the year, and reprioritizing. And usually it'll be like the main goal and then like other goals underneath that. And I'll reprioritize them every year. And I'll see, and what's happened, it's dwindled down to one that keeps showing up as the consistent one, that keeps showing up as a number one, most important. And that's where, for me, I got to joy. For me, love,
Mm,
joy. Because at first, this process of every year doing that, at first I thought it was the thing I wanted to accomplish. And then it dwindled down to, oh no, it's actually not the thing, it's the feeling is what I wanted to accomplish. And
mm,
for me, it was joy. And then I was able to kind of reverse engineer by figuring out, okay, well, what is the thing now of those things that I've listed that helps me accomplish what I want to feel. And then that helped me reprioritize even some of them to understand where to put more of my energy. And then that allowed me to figure out my time, to really use my time wisely. Like, I'm really good and I don't waste a minute of my time. And I use my time very intentionally on certain things. And because I know now all of my effort, all of my energy, all of my attention is energy in motion and
yeah,
feeding into something, right? So every year when I reprioritized, it dwindled down, and I was able to get clearer and clearer and reprioritize what I wanted to focus on. I find myself putting my energy, God's force, attention into feeding that thing, and my joy has been radiating more, because that's really what I was looking for, was joy, was
DJ.
joy.
Now I
So it
have
was,
another. I don't know if we have time for it, but I have another question
yeah,
now.
yeah.
And this pertains to the personal journey I've been trying to do for the past 6 years. And how do you feel about this like terminology in astrology specifically? I think it's just it might be other astrology, but mainly Western astrology. There's this saying about the North and the South Node. Are you familiar with that? Like that
Mm-hmm.
balance of like we come into this earth naturally acquainted and are good at whatever the attributes of our South Node, and those are the things that we're comfortable with. But like in the road of life, we're supposed to reach and strive for what our North Node is and some of those attributes, and we're supposed to grow towards that. So we might naturally be good at this, but our soul strives for that. And that kind of goes into like some of the things I've been searching for and trying to achieve. Like the thing I'm trying to achieve isn't what I'm necessarily comfortable with, but I know I want it and I know that that's what I need. So it's like, and ultimately, now that you talk about the feeling of it instead of just a thing, I guess my feeling would be freedom of expression without fear. If I had to
Mm.
put it into a feeling, because there's always a certain level of
Mm.
fear that tends to come up when I'm trying to express a certain thought or pattern in the way I'm trying to do it.
Mm. So
Um,
the word that I would say that you're really looking for, the feeling, which then can lead you to more of success of what you're looking for, maybe even showing up in a different way that you achieve your goal of feeling that feeling in a different way. But courage,
Ah,
courage. It could be, I mean, that's one word I'm thinking. There could be other words related to that,
mm,
but it sounds like you're looking for courage, courage to be your full, authentic self,
it's
unapologetically.
right. And I think what's so strange to me is that even I never thought I would need courage for myself though. 'Cause normally I would think
Right.
courage. I'm like, oh, for other people, I'm gonna be afraid of other people. But it's like it's the same issue with myself. I can't express it even with myself sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, do I need courage for myself as well? And it goes back to the conversation we had with the uh taking yourself personally type. It's like I really do that hard. So it's like, huh, I have to really re-engineer certain things.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
interesting too. That's
yeah.
interesting that
Well,
you're saying courage for yourself too, because it's almost like to have courage for yourself. An example of that would be, how hard is it for people to be truthful with themselves, to tell themselves, "Hey, I have a problem with something." Like, it takes a lot of courage to say, "I have a problem," and that is an inside thing that takes courage to be honest to you, right? Of something, for an example.
yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. But as far as the astrology part, what are your thoughts on that? Like the starting
Yeah,
here and the growth into the from the
yeah.
south
Thank you.
node to the north node. What are your
Well, I knew a little bit about it. I didn't, but thank you for explaining more about the South Node part, because I didn't really know actually the South Node. I heard the word South Node, didn't know so much about it. North Node I did hear about and know about. Um, But that makes sense to me. Like, that's a wonderful language that they use to describe what's the activity and the momentum of where our soul is achieving our goals. It helps us, it sounds like South Node helps us see where we are presently, um, and even a little bit of the past, and is a great indicator for, or is a great measurement for as we're going towards our North Node to achieve more of like hindsight, like in hindsight understanding, and clarity. It sounds like we can look at our South Node to then better achieve our North Node, because
Right.
we're in hindsight. In hindsight, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see where I was
Yeah.
or where I am presently, and now I
Yeah.
see clearly where I got to go.
Because I was
And
looking
then,
into mine. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to
no, no,
cut
go
you.
ahead, go ahead.
I was looking into mine. I was like, okay. It was saying like I naturally are really expressive and great at supportive roles, for myself. Though. Like I'm really great with technology. I'm really great at finding out a problem and solving that problem for other people, and just like the great teammate. And I love doing that. It's always been a great thing for me. But like the North Node is more of the singular one person leader type lead, because my North Node is Leo, my South Node is Aquarius. And
Mm,
so the North Node is more of the Leo energy, more of the leader. You have to be that one to say the message, not the one behind it supporting it. It's like, wow, it's scary hearing that, but it's like my soul also strives for that. Like, what do I have to say? What's my perspective? What's mine?
yeah.
And that's what I've been trying to get to for the past 6 years. Like, speak my perspective. And I've been trying to merge that with my natural passion of music. But I
Mm-hmm.
haven't been able to break that fold. Like I have not been able to, like, every time I'm trying to write something, it's just like the words just don't come out. It's like
Yeah.
I judge it before it even hits the pen. And it's like
Mm,
it's been going like this for a while. I'm like, do I give up? Do I just keep trying? I gotta keep trying because I can't give up.
mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
know, that's where I'm at with it.
And that's interesting you're saying that too, because you're what you're describing is, which is wonderful for perseverance. Yes, definitely persevere with that, because especially when it comes to music, I feel like when anybody feels like on their purpose along their way in their heart, even a little bit to create anything, that's always definitely keep up with those things, and especially when it comes to music. Just it just might be the way that we create the music might change, might be that might be what's different. But it sounds like you're going through writer's block, just like a kind of writer's block, an artist block right now. But also too, like, I noticed those things come when you need more information. It feels like, sounds like you need more information. Your spirit needs more information, more realization, more experiences to be able to call upon in the bank of your mind and in the bank of your heart and the bank of your emotions, to then be able to write it all out. So the Holy Spirit can move through you and call upon the tools that you've gathered from your experiences, and then can tell you what of those tools in the bank of your mind, the bank of your heart, and the bank of your emotions to use. Right? It's almost like when we're learning ABCs to write
Right.
a book. Like, in order for God to write a book through you, well, you got to learn your ABCs first, and then you got to go. You got to learn your ABCs, and you have to do the work to put that in your mind, and then practice that. And then you also have to go and experience the world to learn how to put the language together. You know, you got to go learn how to put the sentences together and how to use them in the situation of when you go to the grocery store, how to use them when you go to travel somewhere. How do you use your language in this, or right? And then you gather experiences and memory in the bank of you, that when you get home and you reflect and you meditate, now the spirit can flood through and say, okay, remember that moment, remember this moment, remember that feeling, remember that. Then you can write it down, and that's when it'll flow on the page. You flow on the page. But it sounds like you're in the block right now because there's more to um, experience, more to experience. And then sometimes we're blocked too because we have traumas. We have traumas that are blocking our way, creating ways that we're thinking that um, are not allowing us to think clearly or be a clear conduit for the Holy Spirit, for God, the Creator within us. that energy that moves all of us to really let the message flow out, you know, and which makes sense why you about to go where you going now,
Yeah,
and
let's
do
get
your
the clean
meditation.
slate, cut the
Yeah,
weeds
yeah,
off.
yeah, cutting all the weeds off, exactly. And then you're about to prune yourself right now on this weekend. You're going to spend a weekend pruning yourself energetically and um, emotionally, physically, and you're definitely going to come. Usually, I always come back from a weekend of just meditation, um, so inspired with things, music, art, all kinds of things, because I pruned everything. Um, but yeah, you I think you're already on the right path. You're realizing that in the first place. But yeah, I would say persevere, please, because you got
Thank
medicine
you.
for all of us that's waiting to come out for
Mm.
sure. Yeah.
Thank
And the
you,
fact
thank
that
you,
it's like this right here is a testimony, right? Like 6 years in the making, and you like on that, I understand, and you're like, oh, should I don't know, I don't know,
right.
and it's like, what is perseverance if not that kind of testimony? We've always heard perseverance being where somebody has experienced something for a long time, and the word perseverance truly means to push through even though it seems a certain way, which commands us to then practice calling on faith, calling on our faith, which in this card it also says first, you should decide what you want, then ask the divine aid to direct you to the right actions. Persevere and act according to inner soul direction that you receive, and you will surely be led to your goal. And um, he also leads us to Jesus and says, seek and you shall find, Matthew 7:7. Um, Happiness is the altar of God within you. The lasting inner joy is the only important thing to strive for in life. And by perseverance, it can be gained. When I hear that, I also hear perseverance synonymous with practice. Practice, perseverance, and practice kind of keep going. Um, and the last thing I'm going to say about this before we move to the next card is I almost kind of describe this like how I describe some of the psychic things, um, or even any skill. Some of us are born, I notice, like some of us are born better at certain things than others. Like I ran track growing up, I was naturally fast more than others. And I did like the Junior Olympics and all this stuff. It was cool, you know. But not everybody can do that, right? Not every person who loves track and loves to run naturally is that fast. They had to practice a little harder, try a little harder. The same thing with
Mhm.
singing. Like I love singing, but I wasn't born like a great singer. No Mariah Carey over here.
Mhm.
Yet. But I've been over the years practicing. I had to try a little harder. And now I have a great voice, I think, and it's just getting better and better. But I had to try for many years to and what I learned from me, what was actually making it so that it wasn't that I couldn't sing. It was actually that my voice was blocked by emotions, by traumas, by thinking, by the way I grew up. That skill was just blocked energetically and physically and mentally. And as I've been clearing and healing myself and removing those blocks and rewiring my brain and all this stuff, my voice has literally just been like energetically and beautifully changing amazingly, even without consistent actual like physical practice. Though the practice that I am continuing is a perseverance, meaning I keep trying. I'm still trying to just expand my voice, expand my range, expand the skill. And someone who loves to run, they're going to keep trying until, no matter how many years it takes. Because if something that they truly love, if it's something that truly brings them joy, that really is the fire behind why they would even keep going when it seemingly looked bleak, you know, because and then that goes to like wonderful wisdom people I love that are even living today. What is your why? What is your why for people who are going through, whoever is going to watch this at the right and perfect time, for people who are you're going through something that you're trying to achieve and you're just not seeing it get you what you want yet. First of all, we'll check, are you doing it from a place of wanting to does it bring you joy, right? Does it actually bring you joy, or what is your intention behind it? Is it just for money? Because we're gonna get, and that's where we have to have courage to be honest with ourselves. Because if it is, well, there's no sustaining that kind of success if or when you become successful at it. But the joy, it's the love, it's the good feelings, the gratitude that actually is the energy and the fuel that will help you through the difficult times of it, the times like what Adam's saying, when it seems like nothing's going on. It will, the joy and the feeling of that will keep you going, keep you motivated when you don't see money yet, when you don't see the people yet, whatever. Um, so that's why the feeling is really important of our intention of, and then to really find out what feeling we're really wanting. And that can really help us know our why. Like, why do we even want to do this? Why would you even want to do this? What is your purpose? And we have to be very clear about that why. For me, it's liberation. Like, my why of everything I do is liberation for me, having fun, and my joy and love. And that is very clear for me. At first, I thought my whys were, oh, I wanted to achieve these things. But then I had to realize and dig deeper, like I said, no, it was really, I wanted the feelings of what I thought those things can bring me. And then that rewired that changed. And I reevaluated what I wanted to do and what I wanted to achieve, because I realized, oh no, I just wanted these feelings. I wanted to feel peace. I wanted to feel joy, love, this, and liberation. And I wanted to give that. That's my purpose. I want to give that to other people. I want to help other people feel those things too. And so then what that does as well, I learned that also opens us up to being able to. So this is a really big thing. And I give this gift to you, anyone who watches at the right time. Still persevere on what it is that you know you want to achieve. But when you find out the feeling that you're really looking for and you learn your why, so you can keep persevering through it, let go and allow yourself to be surprised, be pleasantly surprised, because, and don't hold too tightly. I would say try not to hold too tightly to the things that you're thinking you want to achieve in the way that you're saying you want to achieve it. So first of all, try not to hold too tightly to what you think you want to achieve, one, and then also try not to hold too tightly to the way you think you want to achieve it. We could still have it in our mind and still have it as a goal, but try to be loose with it in a way as we are going with the flow and persevering, right, to try to make it happen. Because when we identify how we truly want to feel and and what our why is, then it doesn't really matter actually how we get to that feeling and achieve that why, because really that's what our goal is. So if it has to change that the vessel or the goal that I'm achieving on the outside and the physical thing is something else other than what I thought it was going to be, we have to have a level of allowing that, allowing that, allowing that, right? So for example, for me, my joy, I never thought I was going to be doing what I'm doing right now, this prayer circle, and like basically, I don't know, it's almost like building a church. I don't really know, like I never thought I was going to do none of this, okay? But I did know I want to help people, I want to help other people liberate, and I thought it had to be through just yoga or just music or I don't even know other ways, So I was like going through that. But then on the way, as I realized what I really want to feel, it allowed me to be more open to, I started letting go of my grips of how I thought it needed to be. And I was more open to, well, and I asked Spirit, I had the question, well, what are other ways that I could express my joy, that I could achieve what I'm actually trying to achieve, which is feeling joy, feeling liberation, feeling love. And then the door, like opportunities started coming to me and being presented, and people and chances and ideas started coming to me that are other ways to actually achieve what I want. And things happen like this circle and other things that are way better than what I even originally thought I wanted to achieve in the first place. And it not only allows me to express my why and the actual feeling that I wanted and feel that, but it gives me purpose. It gives me purpose. It gives me purpose. Um, but I would do this for free anytime, anytime, And so it took away. I gained liberation from the pressure of having to think about anything being financially successful or anything. And the moment I gained some liberation from that, the financial success just keeps coming more and 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 more. Little bit by little bit, it just keeps like, and it took away the stress part of trying to achieve our goal, took away the stress part. And so it's like, now I don't really have to think about that part anymore. I could just keep doing it just because I love it. And the outcome is like, whether it's successful by material means or not, either way I win because I'm joyful. I feel joyful and I'm achieving the goal. And you're here, so there's some liberation happening. I already won. I achieved my goal. We did. You know what I mean? So it's like that kind of thing. Anyways, I know that you'll succeed beyond what you believe, beyond what you know, beyond what you had as your goal. And I put that wish out for you, and I pray and I call upon the divine Heavenly Spirit and the tribe of light to just come and bless our friend Adam and every single person who has the same kind of feelings that he does, and his perspective, his understanding, and my perspective, my understanding. And I just ask that you just please bring clarity where clarity is needed. Holy Spirit, friends, angels, tribe of light, bring sweet angel kisses upon our friends, and his practice and his process. Bring clarity where clarity is needed, light where light is needed, joy where joy is needed, serenity where serenity is needed, and liberation where liberation is needed. And may he succeed. May he succeed beyond what he thought was a possibility to achieve. And may it liberate and help many, 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 many others for generations and generations to come. And the possibilities, may they all bring clarity that we are one. Yes.
I
Yes.
say,
Yes.
thank
Mind
you.
blown. Your mind's about to be blown, man. Well, your mind's about to be blown. I can feel it. Watch, 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 watch. What I'm seeing right now, my third eye, I'm seeing spirit go like this: snip, 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 like snipping away things off of you right now that need to be gone. And I'm feeling like it's just gonna be. I'm seeing you like what, like just mind blown. And you, okay? So that's the last thing I'm gonna say about this topic here with perseverance and whatnot, is that a lot of the things I'm creating now, it came from having my mind blown,
Mm.
right? Like spirit really showing, increasing my faith by showing me beyond what I thought. And it's that moment that sometimes of what we need when we're in a stuckness that gets you out of the stuckness, because it like boosts your faith a little bit more, and gives you more clarity. And I'm getting confirmation right now that that's the kind of thing you're going to get, something that kind of mind blows you, that then like psh, kind of pushes out that blockage. Good for you.
So,
um, I'm just going to continue last with this last card. Please
okay.
go if you need. Otherwise, I got this last card here, and it's just
I think I
wisdom.
will make my spiritual exit.
Okay, no
I'm
worries.
excited to come back next time and tell you about my experiences.
Yes, 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 yes. I want to arrange for you, Vivi and I, to maybe have lunch or something, or dinner.
Okay,
Yeah, we'll
that
figure out in
sounds
like in a
good.
couple weeks. Give you some
Cool.
time to just
Oh,
settle. Okay. Thank you, friend, for coming in.
of course, I
Yeah,
love it here.
yeah, and I love
See
you
you
so much.
soon. Love you
Okay.
too.
Okay.
Peace.
Peace. Okay. So I'm so grateful for him. He's a wonderful, wonderful being. Adam is, and he's a filmmaker, guys. He films like wonderful things. He's practicing. He's learning. He's growing. And music, he's creating music. And even though he's going through a blockage right now, that's always a wonderful sweet spot to be in as an artist, because that means the opposite is about to come too, right? Because when one thing is happening, the opposite, universal law, must happen next. And so if he's in blockage now, well, he's about to like I said, Spirit saying he's about that mind blown and he's about that flood with inspiration. You know what's interesting? I guess we got to be careful about that too, because I remember when I was in blockage with certain things and I ask for clarity or inspiration, and then sure enough, it comes, and then I've been flooded for the last couple of years with so much, content, with so much music that I don't even know what to do with it though. So then I learned, okay, I got to start praying for the preparation, for the tools, and the wisdom. Ooh, segue to our next card, wisdom, to understand how to even utilize this flood of information, how to efficiently and effectively carry out the responsibility of delivering it to the world through whatever medium it wants to go through: book, music, dance, prayer, teaching, right? Class, anything. So, because I can tell you right now, guys, music is one of my ways too. When I ask for inspiration and help, liberation, all that, guys, I have like 500 songs ready to record. Literally, I have 500 songs that I have drafted, that I have ready to be finished in writing, to be collaborated in writing, to be completed, to be adjusted. That some are completed, less than 10 are actually completed. And you know, I have so many of these, and I've been praying, like, please bring the help to help me get these songs like done, completed, put up on Spotify, Apple Music, all this stuff. Because technology just hasn't always been my best skill. And then just the distractions of life, right? Kids, family, whatnot. And so I've just needed guidance and direction and help, you know. So I put that out and I ask for that help. If you are a music producer, engineer, anything like that, that just, you know, the process of helping me get my music finished, completed, or if you're a songwriter, I'd love to collaborate with you to finish some of these songs, because I've created some songs I definitely need a second person, a second mind to help me complete, that Spirit intuitively told me is supposed to be a collaboration. I call upon you, engineer, music engineer. The funds are not at the level I would like to invest at the moment, but whoever's willing to take a chance with me and invest, I can tell you that my perseverance is great, and my radiance and dedication to the process to see it to success is confident, and also very, what is the word you'd say? I'm dedicated. I'm definitely dedicated. Anyways, I know that's going to happen. I can feel it. I know it's always happening. And I'm so grateful. And I'm grateful for Adam too, to get his music done, to get his art done. And whatever you're creating too, you can do it. You could persevere through that. You might be going through that difficult moment, but keep going. Keep going. And like this says, pray. And like we went over in other Bible verses, in all things, pray. All things. Okay, so let's go to this last card before we close out, guys. So, wisdom. Sorrow, illness, and failure are natural results of transgression against God's laws. Wisdom consists in avoiding such violations and finding peace and happiness within yourself through thoughts and actions that are in harmony with your real self. Govern your mind wisely by dwelling upon the positive aspects of life. Do not be satisfied with drops of wisdom from scanty earthly sources. I never heard that word, scanty. Rather, seek wisdom without measure from God's all-possessing, all-bountiful hands. Ashe. Okay. I feel like I got to read that again, but if you need to hear it again, rewind a little bit. Let me read this one more time, actually. Sorrow, illness, and failure are natural results of transgressions against God's laws. Wisdom consists in avoiding such violations and finding peace and happiness within yourself through thoughts and actions that are in harmony with your real self. Okay. Govern your mind wisely by dwelling upon the positive aspects of life. Do not be satisfied with drops of wisdom from scanty earthly sources. Rather seek wisdom without measure from God's all possessing, all bountiful hands. Okay, I got it. Okay. This is beautiful. I love this because I love how it would say, hold on. First of all, finding peace within ourselves through and happiness through our thoughts and our actions. So it's talking about practicing positivity, practicing keeping our thoughts in alignment with what we want. And in a way, that is wisdom, right? That's the wisdom. It's like applying the wisdom that we've gained so far. And I love how it says, do not be satisfied with the drops, the little breadcrumbs of wisdom from the earth sources. So what does that mean? The texts, the maybe other people, professional people, doctors, speakers, those kinds of things, even prayer warriors, maybe, right? I don't know. But to not be just satisfied with just our, any wisdom that we get from from earthly sources, from what we can see outwardly. It says, rather seek wisdom without measure from God's all possessing, all bountiful hands, because saying there's a place within and even around us and beyond, right? That is Yahweh. Because beyond this earth, guys, beyond this earth, the Creator is massive. So for us to just think that, I remember when I started realizing some of this, I was like, whoa, how silly of me to put this limitation on God, as if the only way to be blessed can be through these material ways that I could physically see, or that the society has told us the only way, for example, like money, the only way to be blessed with financial wealth is through getting money or through you working for money. How limiting is that of us, of God, right? How, like, this eternal creator has created so many animals, so many beings, so many plants, so many everything, and we think the only way that we can get what we need is just through this doorway of the man-made dollar. So how that is so wise for us to challenge our faith and strengthen our faith, and to give credit where credit is due to the massive creator, who is, like it says, all possessing. So every single thing that we see, the creator owns, created, is a master of, even the dollar. All bountiful, everything. So that's interesting. So for us to just think there's only one way to get what we need, to learn something even, right? For us who think that only reading through a certain book is the only way that we can learn something about ourselves, or learn something about the world, or learn something about each other. Don't you have dreams? Don't you have intuition? Don't we have astrology? Our ancestors used to look at the stars and be able to get all kinds of messages there. We have the wisdom of when you just stare at the plants, stare at the ants, stare at the forest, stare at the water. And there's so much more beyond that we haven't even discovered. Then, not to even mention psychedelics, okay? There's the wisdom that can be gained there. And really all psychedelics do, or entheogens, all they really do is they lift the veil. They lift the veil to bring more clarity. They lift the veil and take off that blinder that makes it so that in our natural physical body, we can't see that bountiful and those infinite doors of reality. It takes off that blinder. And a lot of people could be scared of that because it's the unknown, right? We're so used to seeing the physical dollar or the physical tree or the physical doorway or the physical each other beings, right? We're not used to seeing anything beyond that, anything different than that. So some people do have fear in having psychedelics or entheogens or anything like that that alters that space of their reality because it feels scary to them, right? Simply just because it's unknown. And but that's the purpose of those, like, God created. Not, I'm not talking about the man created, okay? Because those are altered. The geniuses, the master's creation has been tampered with in creating man-made stuff. But I'm talking about the natural, all creator made, untampered with medicines and entheogens and whatnot. What they do is they lift that veil, they pull the curtain back so we can see what else is truly there in front of ourselves, like literally here all the time. We just have a layering of covering that makes it so we can't really see it. And if we're brave enough, we call upon the courage and wisdom, which I call upon the courage and wisdom within me. And if you shall receive that as well, if you want that too, may you have the courage for that wisdom as well. I call upon the courage that is needed to be able to see beyond the veils that the offerings, I'm going to say, not just entheogens or psychedelics or anything like that, but the offerings, the many offerings that the Creator has created for us to be able to experience wisdom in a wonderful, loving, peaceful, fun way, rather than through hurt and pain and struggle. Um, I, I, I thank you for the courage for us to be able to, and whatever other attitude it takes, to be able to receive that perspective, to allow ourselves to be even more liberated so that we can also help liberate. And I thank you so much for that courage and that foundation that is needed, love, so that we can see beyond the veil, not just through psychedelics, entheogens, maybe those two, but whatever other way. Maybe it's just through even having a conversation with a friend, and through that conversation, because we have the courage to hear them better, we have the courage to stop talking and listen, we have the courage to be non-judgmental in that moment. Maybe that clears the pathway for us to then receive more wisdom in a way that we didn't even expect. Not just what they're saying even, but maybe through the tone or the grace or the liberation or the faith or the joy or the emotion behind what they're saying, or that happens to come up in us. Or maybe another doorway could be in your hiking, in your nature excursions, and just staring and listening, staring to the nature, listening to the nature. Maybe you start to begin to hear the wisdom of Pachamama, of the earth, of the great medicine woman here, planet Earth. Maybe her speak and sing to you, sharing whispers of love, joy, fun, liberation, invitation for relationship and friendship. Or maybe through children, maybe you can hear the words, the truth behind the words that the children say in their energy, or maybe the truth that they flat out say. Maybe you can actually then clearly hear it now. Maybe you can then clearly hear the truth of what they say, and no longer hear them as just, oh, children speaking and saying children things, but really hear them as the wisdom keepers that they are. And there's so many other ways, right, that I just don't even know either. When I find out, guys, I'll let you know. But I'm just really grateful for the many doors of wisdom that the Creator has for us. Specifically, I call upon and I thank you for the joyful, fun, loving, peaceful, wonderful, liberating, majestic, good feeling, soul nourishing doorways, rather than those painful struggle, strife ways. That is not necessary. But also, I trust the divine's way. I trust the divine knows exactly what we need to go through, move through, experience in order to liberate. I trust that. And I thank you so much, Yahweh. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen and Ashe. So I pray for your liberation. I pray for your gaining of wisdom, and I pray for your openness to be able to receive more wisdom, like it says, to not be satisfied with the drops or the breadcrumbs of this scanty earthly wisdom, but rather I pray that you seek the wisdom that is without measure. I pray that you receive, not just seek, but receive joyfully, lovingly, without struggle, and with deep surrender, in such a beautiful, wonderful way of loving truth and gratitude of God's all possessing and all bountiful wisdom, hands, and doorways. I pray that for all of us in the Faith Prayer Circles, all those prayer warriors. And I just thank the Creator, the Holy Master, for your divine heavenly wisdom and the way that you so gently and lovingly, yet powerfully at times, humble us and help us understand who you are, whose we are, and that we are stars, that we are magical in our own birthright. And I just thank you so much for maturing us spiritually and guiding us in meditation and practice. So if you are also wanting to practice meditation, go back to the last video. You would also see maybe in other videos there's meditation in the title there, and practice of meditations to allow you to hear more of that wisdom as well. Meditation is one of those ways that is such a great way to receive inner wisdom. I find that prayer, which is what we're practicing here and discussing, is us talking to God. But meditation is a time for silence and witnessing, observing, and listening to God. Two different things. Prayer is us talking, having this conversation, but meditation is us sitting in silence, listening, witnessing, observing, gathering this information, giving Source a chance to communicate to us. And in this way, we become deeper, beautiful friends. Namaste, my friends. I wish for you a wonderful day. And I thank you, Divine, for your heavenly white light of protection. Thank you, Tribe of Light. Thank you, Guardians. Thank you, Warring Angels. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, all that you also pray to for protection, for love, for liberation, for gratitude. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. And I ask, please bless those who are more vulnerable than us as well. Those who are vulnerable mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, creatively, financially, and any other way, I ask that you give them help. I ask for a divine intervention now to come in and bring the help where is needed. And again, and bring your heavenly protection around their psychic space, their mental space, emotional, physical, spiritual, creative, and financial space, and ours too, and our family and friends, and everybody we're connected to. And please ground us to the earth star now. Ground us to the earth. Connect us to the heavens. Help us be balanced. And I thank you so much for blessing us. Many, 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 many blessings I'm wishing you of heart-opening love, joy, and play. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen. And Ashe. Namaste.